I would say the Steel Series.
Steel Series, honestly.
Steel Series.
I'd definitely sit with the Steel Series.
By far.
Definitely the Steel Series.
If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Gamers prefer our headsets. Find out why at steelseries.com.
So, welcome everybody to the Go Champions League match between Team Dignitas and mousesports. I'm Dabu from Germany, and this should be a thrilling series. The two teams have been on point lately. For example, Dignitas took Envious to a third map. You see, they took Mirage. No, actually, I mix up the scores over there. Dignitas won Mirage against Envious with a 16-11. Or was it Inferno with a 16-9? I have to double check that for a second. I mixed up the scores. Wait. Yeah. I mixed up the scores. So, actually Dignitas managed to win Inferno against Envious. You know how strong Envious are. I'm not quite sure if it was still in the kind of in the Kiyoshima situation, because Kiyoshima's dad died and Kiyoshima needed some time to grieve. He stepped down and Scream was standing in for Envious for a second. Now I think it might have been this game, because it was roughly 4 days ago. And time is so fast. Sometimes I forget how fast those days go by. So Dignitas won Inferno against Envious, a very good scoreline. And mousesports lost in Inferno against TSM with a 7-16 scoreline just yesterday. So I consider Team Dignitas to be stronger on Inferno, but it's a whole different situation. It's two different lineups hitting heads onto each other, so it could actually end up in favor of mousesports. But at the moment, the knife round at least looks promising for Dignitas, and they should start on the CT side with that. Now let's talk about some other interesting results for the two teams. Cloud9 has fallen against mousesports in the ESEA LAN finals. It was the first round. The Germans took them down 16-11 on Inferno and 16-10 on Cash. So both maps that we will see today were played by mousesports against Cloud9, and both times mousesports came out on top. So they must be feeling confident right now, especially taking one map away from TSM yesterday with a 16-14 on Dust 2. mousesports has the momentum they need to get going into this match on the terrace side in the pistol. And look at MSL disposing of Lega with that really quick shot in middle. What an opening shot to take Dignitas to the one man up. Right now the terrorists must be confused on where the shot came from. It was silent, so they shouldn't be able to tell. They could probably, yeah, look at Ligia saying, Jesus, nice shot. And it was so nice. Now Tapson pushes in together with Gopi. They mob up 2 frags. Nico closes out Nico. And Hereby is the one to fight back 1v3 situation. He's got armor, but he doesn't have any nades, and the terrorists have the crossfire set up already. They are all pointing their weapons at Kierby, even though he didn't show yet. They know where he's coming from, and he probably doesn't stand a chance. Oh, well, he does get the frag onto Chris J, but Gobi is there to capitalize on the play that was exposed. 1-0 now in favor of mousesports. Really quick pissed around, to be honest. The Germans didn't waste too much time capturing the A bomb set after they lost their first player. But there was nothing that Liga could have done against MSL in the situation. So Dignitas with the first frag, but mousesports with the first round. Now they need to overcome an upgraded pistol by 3 P250s on the CTs. 5-7 for Kierby, C-set 75 for MSL. And he won't pull off those magical shots that he did with the USP with the C-set 75, but maybe he can take one of the terrorists out with that if he's got the right position. And at the moment he's on the B bomb site. It is a good bomb site to get that ambush frag on the CTs. On the terrorists if they move up to the top of Banana. But the terrorists swing around to the A bomb site. They get the first frag onto which should be Pimp. And they push on through A short. Nico gets one frag onto Nico. It seems like those two have found their kind of equalizer. The two names are so equal. First round, Nico got the better of the Danish Nico. This time it was the other way around. Now mousesports with the planted bomb, 4 players to hold on to that. AZ and MSL are hiding away and saving their equipment and their pistols for the next round. There is at least one more save for the CTs until they can purchase rifles, and mousesports should take this away 3-0 before Dignitas can do anything about that. Now, let's talk about the best of 2 situation as long as we can, because a few viewers, or a lot of viewers, have asked me what's that best of 2 system, kind of. You know, we have a league of 10 teams, we cash out $30,000, $15,000 will go to the first place, courtesy of Twitch and SteelSeries and G2A. So we wanted to have the teams play each other twice to take revenge in case they lose one of the exchanges. 2 best of 3 series would be way too long, especially as the teams are having a lot of games lately. So we wanted to keep it short, but at the same time give them the opportunity to take revenge. So we went for 2 best of 1s. Now both of the maps is worth 3 points, as we see GOCL disposing of AZ. Nico has some trouble in middle, but Kierby goes down nonetheless. So we just wanted to have that kind of exchange situation between the teams, fighting back and forth, and the best of 1 rewards, or the first best of 1 rewards the team with 3 points, the second one as well. So the league itself doesn't really care about the outcome of those 2 best of 1s, because each map is worth 3 points. Now Pimp tried to fight off the terrorists. In the end the Chris J nade took him apart. But 3 terrorists killed for the CTs, not too bad in this anti-eco. Not too bad in the eco round for the CTs, anti-eco for the terrorists. So CSGO Lounge went for the draw. They could have added both maps in single betting, you know, whatever that is. But they decided to put both maps in one basket and have a 1-to-1 or a possible 1-to-1 draw, which means your skins would get returned. That's it about that for now. GOCL is pushing into the B bomb site. AZ with 1 trade, but GOCL quickly swings his AK around to find another headshot onto AZ, making it a 4v3 in the first rifle round. Pimp, Nico and Kierby on the push from the CT spawn, and one is actually coming from very far away. It's Kierby checking out second mid and apartments, and he might spot Legia, but the CTs are going for the save. There is not much that they can do anymore. The time is ticking down quite fast, and they were so far away. Terrorists just captured the B bomb site way too fast for them to get anything back on the site. Dignitas were kind of caught off guard a little bit. They had the idea of that halfway aggressive setup on top of Banana, but GOCL had to say a few things about that. Kierby now with that backstab, delayed, very, very late backstab, but his teammates go down, so Kierby is the only one with a rifle in this round for the CTs, and the terrorists take it away 4-0 already. The Germans are feeling confident. As I said, they have the momentum. They just finished the ESEA LAN with a 4th place finish on top of all the Americans, and that was their target kind of place. They wanted to get to the top 4, and they did it. In the end, they went down against Fnatic, but that's not that big of a deal to go down against Fnatic. So now they are up against another save round for the CTs. That 1 rifle couldn't do the damage in Kierby's hands. AZ is the last man standing on the B bomb site. Legia has his number already, and he is just waiting for him to expose himself, and there it is. Good patience by Liga, tapping away onto the hat, not wasting his ammunition, risking to have that P250 dispose of him. 5-0 in favor of mousesports, but now we have the first AWP in the hands of Nico, and it's the Danish Nico. So let's see what he's able to do with that against mousesports, who is still that shotgun in the hands of Chris Shea. He purchased that in the second round, and he still sticks with it. 4 AKs for the rest of the squad. Now let's see what they're able to do with that shotgun and the 4 AKs. They don't have any control of Banana, but GOCL takes control of middle with that good kill. Kierby with the refrag onto Liga. Now Pimp closes out Nico on a short, and Kierby is in Pimp. He's firing away onto another one, but it gets burned by Pimp with the flames. GOCL goes down. Now another one burns. They were completely flashed. They didn't even know they were standing in the flames. What a great play for the CTs. They couldn't do anything about that in the situation. Tapson is the last man standing, and he takes down AZ to make it a 1v3, but he needs to hurry up if he wants to catch the CTs off guard. He's flashing himself in. Actually, that flash was not planned to be like that. He smokes off CT spawn. He expects some CT to be on the rotation, and he's trying to just get the bomb planted and get that cash in the bank for his teammates, so they can buy up easily in the next round. He expects the CTs to be close by, but oh, there is Pimp with the AWP and his 4th kill of the round. 2 of them have been with the flames, roasting the Germans on the grill. First round on the board for Dignitas. Now let's take a look at the scoreboard and see 6 frags for Pimp. At least I expect him to be Pimp. It would be weird if it wasn't. And 8 frags for GOCL, 7 for Nico on the Germans of mousesports, or the European squad. You know, the situation is mixed for mousesports. They have quite a mixed lineup. The majority is German though, or has German citizenship, so it doesn't matter too much. We can call them German for now. GOCL gets spotted by MSL just in time to get the kill on GOCL. MSL spotted him at the door, at the tree. And Dignitas with the first frag on the round, but Legia quickly equalizes that down to a 4v4, takes out Nico. And the CTs are in some trouble on the A bomb site. They pull the players around from the B bomb site, but the rotation needs to be quicker now. Pimp and Kierby with the first frags. Kierby rings off another one, and he's now flashed to death. Tapson doesn't take him out. He needs to retreat. He can't expose himself. He knows the CTs are on the rotation already. And once again, he's left in a 1v3, and he can't do much about that situation anymore. He has wasted that one chance that he had to take Kierby out, get rid of the pit player, and then maybe retreat into pit yourself to keep the CTs from getting to the A bomb site. or just get a different approach, and that's what he's trying to do right now. Coming in from the balcony is not happening though. Kierby has him covered, and it's a 5-2. So the CTs quickly gain ground after the first round. Let's see if they can proceed with that, or if they will fall short against the terrorists again. They still have money, at least. Speaking of the terrorists, of course. And they are taking it very, very slow. They don't want to expose themselves too early to the CTs. They want to get banana control at first, and there is MSL putting down 3 players to low HP. AZ with the refrag. Now it's the CTs though coming out on the bottom of this exchange with 3 men standing. The terrorists have pushed into the B bomb, so they didn't capture it yet, as Nico is still around. He prevents the bomb from being planted. Great play by Nico to draw it back to a 3v3 and prevent the bomb from being planted and being down on the floor. So now mousesports needs to figure out how to handle this situation. They know the CTs are close by. They know that there are at least 1 or maybe even 2 players around construction site, and they need to position themselves accordingly. They don't have any smoke anymore, so they need to use that one flash that they still have to great effectiveness. And let's see what Nico is able to achieve. That good cheeky play by him takes out his counterpart again. The 2 Nikos certainly don't give each other anything to cheer for at the moment. They're just trading blows back and forth. 3v2 situation, but Nico and Tapson are low on mousesports. Lege though with the headshot onto Kierby makes it a 3v1. 15 seconds on the clock. Oh, Tapson almost goes down on the bomb spot. The CTs, the terrorists are so low, and still Lege covers his teammate onto Pimp. But what a close round that was for Dignitas. They could have easily turned it around if they got in the right positions, but luckily for mousesports, Nico had a great idea to hop onto the boxes, get a different angle on the flower bed in construction site, and then the round was turned or tipped into mousesports' favor. The Germans now with the buy round against the save for the CTs. And Gobby tries to help Chris J out to stay alive. He's under some pressure with his Tech 9, but the flash of his teammate prevents that from happening. Gobby rings off the mortar, gets MSL dead, and Easy with the refrag, but he goes down to Gobby in turn, so we are left with a 4v3. The CTs have pushed into middle, but Lege has that number covered as well. So mousesports with a slow play and a good coverage prevent themselves from running into some trouble in middle at least. Now Pimp is hanging out in apartments or at the exit of apartments to second mid, and he's just pushing forward with his dual elites. And he's not spotting anyone so far. Now he could get the terrorist from the back if he hurries up a little bit. mousesports have actually moved around the CTs by accident, or maybe Pimp moved around them on purpose. Now the CTs know that the terrorists are all around the A bomb site. They are pushing in together. They don't have anything to lose anymore. They could have picked up that Tech 9 on Chris J that Chris J has dropped. And maybe Nico is actually going back for that. No, he turned around just in time. Nico though did turn around to take down Pimp, and Nico is flashed to death. Nicolinho, I will call the Bosnian Nicolinho his old school nick. Well, it's not that old school, but you know, Nicolinho, the Bosnian player for mousesports, and Nico, the Danish AWP player, just to keep you from mixing those players up. If I say Nico killed Nico, that's kind of weird call, isn't it? So the odds on CSGO launch say 57% in favor of Dignitas, 43% in mouse. So I think it's just as close as it shows on the odds. It's more or less a 50-50 game. I would go for mousesports, and not only because they are up 7-2, but also because I'm German. Nah, that was surprising, wasn't it? The Germans on the push to the A bomb site. Nico and Nicolinho trade frags. Once again, they get the better of each other. It's just trading blows back and forth, but the CTs come out on top with a double kill off Pimp. Now, the B defenders need to rotate really quick for Dignitas. They did a good job on the B bomb site, closing that off, thanks to MSL's push into the lower side of Banana. But the A bomb site seems to be a little weaker right now for the Danish squad of Dignitas. Taps and flies in with that shot onto Kierby, takes his head straight off and makes it a 2v2 that allows his teammate to plant the bomb, flashes into long A to delay the push, and MSL needs to hold off to have his teammate around at short. AZ is pushing in from short, MSL is coming from a long, and together they try to work their magic, but MSL gets flashed by his teammate, needs to delay the push, allows Tapson to take him down, and now it's a 2v1. Gobby already spotted the CT, and he just goes to work through the box. Heads up play by the terrorists to have that crossfire double kill for Gobby and Tapson. Joint effort by the two teammates, making it 8-2 and forcing Dignitas on another save. That is horrible for the CTs right now. They just can't get their economy to work, and the Danes will probably give away another round. Now they are going for a 4-man stack and in the B bomb site, and they are actually attacking Banana. The first shot into Gobby takes him down to 62, courtesy of the Deagle in the hands of Kierby. And now the CTs fall back. They have that 4-man stack in the B bomb site still, and they have Pimp kind of being the scout over here in apartments. He's listening to the terrorist movement. He's spotting apartments as well, and he could delay the push if he gets in there at the right time. So he could allow Dignitas to rotate players around in time. Now he exposes himself in the balcony, feels the moment and gets the better of Nicolinho. Kierby with a double kill onto Gobi and Chris J on top of Banana. Now taps and pushes forward, but he needs to watch out. Still gets a kill though. No more CTs around to get another refrag. That would have been horrible if Tapson went down there against Kierby, but finally the Terrors have some kind of edge on the CTs. They still have one man less, but at least Dignitas couldn't get the hands of the on the rifles, so mousesports still have the rifle and the firepower to work for them. And they still have some equipment to toss around. They force the CT to retreat into the dark. And now they are flushing him out with another Molotov. Good teamwork by Tapson and Legia. Together they captured the B-bombs. And now they need to plan and cover each other. And there is Legia. A little slow on the reaction there. But he still puts MSL down to 49 HP. Now Pimp and MSL on the retake on the B-bomb side. It's a chance to upset mousesports and maybe get themselves back into this game or back into this first half. MSL with the headshot onto Tapson, but Legia fires away onto both. And this will be the 9th round for mousesports, in fact. Another 2v3 situation that Mouse worked their way out of, even though they were against the pistols. They did a very good job. If you don't cover yourself like they did, if they hadn't used their Molotov cocktails like they did, they could have run into that crossfire setup by Dignitas, and it would have been horrible for them in the situation. Like that, the Germans are happy to get another round on the board, and now Dignitas with the full buy. AWP for Pim, Tapson and Daisy trade frags in the B Banana. And like I said before, Dignitas is doing a fairly good job on B, closing off the terrorists, but I feel like the A bomb set is the weakness right now for the Danes. Even though mousesports ended up on the B bomb site quite regularly, it was mainly due to middle round calling, you know, in a 3v2 situation or something like that. You kind of try to attack the weaker bomb site that only has one defender, for example, and that's most likely the B bomb site. Now Kierby with the frag onto Legia, making it a 3v4, making it look better for Dignitas. Another one for Kierby, the youngster performing like he used to. And Pimp and Nico take down Chris J and Gobi. 4-man surviving for the CTs. Not that important anymore as we are closing in on the end of this first half, but still, the economy needs to be better for Dignitas in the second half. If they repeatedly need to save, I can't see them get any more rounds against mousesports. But if they start to get that momentum right now, and if they pick up the 3 remaining rounds, they could actually make a comeback into the second half. Now Chris J with the first frag onto Nico. His counterpart on the scope being disposed of. Oh, Pimp having some trouble there on the moving Chris J. Gobi tries to capitalize on that, and together with Chris J, he will kind of take him out. There was Legia around in apartments to sandwich him in, and well, Legia is gone now thanks to Kierby, but Kierby is gone to Tapson, and it's a 2v3. Mousesports were down a player, but they once again worked their way back into this round by trading perfectly. And Nicolinho will take AZ down with the AWP to make it a 10-3 scoreline, and the weapons for Dignitas are actually not helping too much. Even though they have the rifles, they can't seem to get the edge on mousesports. Second last round of this first half. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. 13 frags for Pimp, 12 for Kierby, 14 for Gobi, and 13 for Nicolinho. Or Nicolino. I will call him Nicolinho, because there is an H. And I like Spanish. 3 FAMASs on Dignitas and a few pistols. And look at that, AZ with a triple kill on top of Banana thanks to the fuss that he created together with MSL. They quickly make it a 1v4, and mousesports ran into that double man stack on top of Banana, and they had no clue what they get themselves into with the FAMAS. AZ sprays down 3, he gets his last frag onto Chris J, and it's a 10-4. Dignitas need the last round on the board, and maybe if they win the pistol and the first rifle round in the second half, they could mount the comeback horse. And if the mentality on mousesports is shaky a little bit, you know, when they get closer, when the Danes get closer and closer, maybe Dignitas will be able to get it done on Inferno. It is their map pick. So they are supposed to get it on the board. Terrorists with a weak buy. They have Tech 9s and an AK. They lose the first exchange on top of Banana, but Legia gets out on top of Pimp and makes it a 2v3 again. He captures that M4A1 and tries to use it even further, and he didn't spot that CT on the balcony. Could have been the crucial mistake to break the terrorist advance right now into middle, as Nico has the number of Legia. The AWP rings off that shot, and there is no question about this outcome anymore. Kierby with the last frag. Good performance by the youngster. Remember, he's only 16, or is he 17 right now? I think last time I checked he was still 16, so that's actually great performance for a young guy like him. Now, a thing that I'm curious about, I need to check Pimp's profile if he's... yeah, it's Pimp. So now Dignitas on the terrorist side right now, only having Glocks and a few nades to work with. The CTs have a P250 on Nicolino and a few nades as well on Tapson and him. And the B bomb site will be the point of entry for the terrorists. The CT's on the backstep, however, and Nicolino and Legia get the first few frags. Pimp with one back. The terrorists need to watch to don't shoot each other. MSL almost went down to Pimp there. As the bomb gets planted, the CTs are coming in from Banana already. 2v3 in favor of the CTs. Goppy and Tapson with a frag each. Now it's Pimp alone, and he won't stand any longer. Goppy with the headshot. And mousesports with the pistol round on the board. What a really, really fast round. Dignitas rushed up into Banana. Didn't allow the CTs to maintain any sort of control of this point of the map. But at the same time, the CTs came rushing down middle straight away. And kind of, as you can see right here, the snake bit his own tail, basically. mousesports with a very quick double back push kind of surprised the terrorists at the same time. And of course Nicolino did a very good job together with his teammate on the B bomb site and defended that really nicely. Now Mouse with the first round. In the second half they have MP7s, MP9s and one rifle in the hands of Gopi. And they will try to hold on to the A bomb site. 5-man push coming in from balcony. Tapson must have heard them. At least I heard them. And if I can hear them while I'm shouting at you, Tapson should have been able to hear them as well. Now he goes to work onto 2. At least makes it a 4v3. But it's still dangerous for the CTs. The bomb should go down in a second. And Tapson is down to 16. Nico and Chris J are low as well. And there comes the frag, courtesy of Nico. 3v3 situation, the P250s and the MP7 in the hands of the terrorists. AZ with one onto Nicolino. Nico with another one onto Christian. Legia is alone against 2 terrorists. He's got a good position. He's on the defuse. He's trying to flash out to keep himself alive, but it's not going to happen. AZ with the headshot, and Dignitas are right back into this game with the second round on the second half. Now, kind of turning the tide for the CTs. They were feeling really good for a second, and now they kind of have to work out what they are doing with their economy. They decide to buy whatever they can. They want to keep the pressure high on Team Dignitas. That's something that Goppy really likes to do, trying to control the game by controlling the economy. And the FAMAS and the MP9 on Tapson and Chris J need to do the major work for the CTs right now. Nico though disposes of Nicolino on the B bomb side. MSL and Pimp with 2 frags on top of middle. And the CTs fall apart right now to the Dignitas advances on every single entry point. The terrorists get themselves the frags. Now Pimp already closes out the rotation movement, and Legia is alone on the B bomb side. He will just play around with his butterfly knife, get his dexterity a little higher, and leveling his dexterity, and mousesports will lose this round. There was a slight chance that they could have done something with that FAMAS and the MP9, but they were going down way too quick, and there was nothing that Legia can do any more. MSL goes down, but he kind of sacrificed for his team to have an easier entry to construction site. Now 11-7, Dignitas is getting close, and another save round for mousesports due to this forced buy they went with in the previous round. And Dignitas could actually close the gap to maybe even less than 3 rounds if they proceed with that with that force that they have. 5-man stack for mousesports though. They have put all their eggs in one basket. Look at that. They are all over the place on the B bomb site. At the same time, the terrorists are inching forward. AZ and MSL are checking out middle, while Nico is pushing further as well. And the terrorists will hold their positions for a second. They expect the CTs to go for a peek to see where this push is coming from, but mousesports have that 5-man stack on B, and they just want to have the terrorists walk into their trap so they won't expose themselves. And that will actually allow the terrorists to have that entry into the A bomb site, and they will realize that there is nobody around. In a second, they will go for the plant, and mousesports could actually go for that defuse. They only have one pistol for Chris J. That got, oh well, Nicolinho has one as well. But, well, that's a P2000. Yeah, the model of the P2000, the P250 is so equal, more or less. I sometimes mistake them for each other. Now Dignitas need to hold on to the bomb. The CTs only try to get a rifle out of there or maybe do some damage. And there is tabseN with one frag, but it's not going to be any more, except for Chris J running into the bomb at the wrong time, going down to the bomb. 2 frags for the CTs, at least something to work with, but, well, 8-11. Dignitas getting closer and closer to the Germans, and now we have the first rifle round for the Germans. They, oh, well, I was getting so excited. Now Chris J with the MP9, he can't afford to get that much more, and he's still saving up for his first AWP, I guess. Let's see, Nico already has that AWP, while MSL tags Careby down to 91 HP. The CTs with a 3-man, no, double stack on top of Banana. And a decoy nade that actually confused me. And Nicolinho with a double kill there onto AZ and MSL. Careby with the refrag, but the tides have been turned in favor of the CTs. Now the terrorists are still on the push on the B bomb site, and it was, yeah, it was too late to try and capitalize on that one frag that they got. The CTs already have rotated one player to the CT spawn, and now Dignitas still pushes in. They still commit to the B bomb site. Lige with a double kill. Chris J with the refrag. Well, not a real refrag, but he kind of took turns with Lige. Lige retreated into the back of the bomb site while Chris J took over. And that's why I said refrag, even though it didn't make any sense. Chris J now has a scope in the hands. He dropped that MP9, and mousesports with a 12th round, now making it 3-2 in the second half. Still chance for Dignitas to make it happen. They just need to win this round, and it might sound easy, but look at MSL. He has that, oh, he has a nade in the hand in the wrong moment. He should have shot tabseN in the back, just trying to do some damage, force him away with that shot in the back, and just finish him off with his teammate or something like that. But the Molotov was a good idea basically, but the timing was a little off, and Dignitas wasted chance to get an opening frag. They still have the momentum on the A bomb site. Nicolinho though closes it out with a headshot onto Nico, and once again it's the Nicos going head to head. AZ now takes the leap of faith through the smoke and goes down to Ligia on top of Banana, and the terrorists are still on the move to B. They have one working his way through CT spawn, and Nicolinho has him covered already. Straight headshot onto MSL. He didn't have any chance against Nicolinho. He's just a beast right now, and he's been for a long time. Ligia with another frag on top of Banana, closing out Careby. Pimp is the last man standing, and Nicolinho with his third frag. It's been all headshots. 13-8 in favor of mousesports. The terrorist money is still alright, but it's getting low right now. They have the Tech 9 and the dual elites for Pimp. They need to make it happen with those 3 AKs. If you're a terrorist, it's still better to have those 3 AKs and 2 pistols in comparison to the CTs, which would have 5 rifles to defend every single entry point. Now the terrorists can use those 3 rifles on the bomb site they want to open on, or maybe have two rifles committed to the bomb site they want to attack and 1 on the other side or something like that. And Careby and Nico will trade blows, make it a 4v4. and force the CTs to rotate one player to the B bomb site. MSL actually cautiously checks that out. Chris J though has AZ covered. What a great flick shot by Chris J, coming around the corner, almost barely disposed or exposed himself. Now MSL gets the better of Nico, but Nico took his brother of names basically out already. And it's a 3v2 in favor of the CTs. The bomb has been planted. MSL and Pim need to make it happen for their squad. They have those smokes to work with. MSL still has a flash grenade that just got used. And the CTs on the retake. Pimp is there to cover his teammate. He needs to turn around though. He's been flashed to death. There is Chris J taking point with the frag onto MSL. And Gobi takes Pimp out in the corner. 14-8 in favor of mousesports on the first map here on Inferno. The map that got chosen by Dignitas. The second map would be Cash, chosen by mousesports. And we will talk about that map as soon as we get there. Let's stick with this one as long as it goes on. Dignitas still have one round to mess up with. And if they don't get it on the board right now, there is no chance for them to get back into this game. mousesports would be at match point. And there wouldn't be too much money for the terrorists to work with. Despite the loser bonus of 3 rounds, they wouldn't be able to afford any real guns. Maybe they could drop for each other, something like that, if they get a major kill streak in this one. But, well, it is do or die situation for the Danes right now on the first map. Will they get their 3 points or not? They are currently sitting in the 5th spot in the league. So they still have a playoff spot for the playoffs of the Go Champions League. But that might fade away if they lose both matches against mousesports today. And the Germans have played around with the thought of pushing deeper into B banana, but they now pull back out of that. The terrorists have middle under control and they have A apartment, so they will most likely execute on the A bomb site. They have 3 players lined up for A long, and Pimp will be the delayed push from apartments to catch the CTs off guard. Now Chris J gets smoked off. The terrorists actually wait for the smoke to pop and be there. We see a lot of teams not waiting for the smoke to fully pop, and Chris J still readjusts his angle, gets a frag. Then Nico and Gobi trade frags. AZ with a kill onto Gobi in pit. The pit is under control. That's a key position for the terrorists. Now they can hold on to the bomb. It got just got planted by AZ. The CTs on the retake. They could easily go for that retake. They don't need to worry about the amount of rounds right now, so they are committed to that. And Kjærberg uses that smoke to his advantage. He pushed into the other direction. Chris J, however, takes out Pimp, but AZ and Kjærberg with a double kill make it a 1v3. Nicolinho on the push. He does know where one is, but he doesn't know where AZ is, and that is his death. 14-9 in favor of mousesports. Dignitas with a round on the board after giving away 3 to the CTs. And it is actually not looking too bad right now. The CTs are running out of money. If Dignitas can get one more round on the board, it would be 14-10. The CTs would be on a save, so it would most likely be 14-11. Then mousesports could go for a weak buy or save another time. And that would actually allow Dignitas to get even closer. So the Danes are still in the game, still sticking to that 3 Galil and 2 AK setup. They have been successful with that in the previous round, so why not? However, mousesports with a 2-man stack on the fountain. Cheeky play by them, unexpected angle. Nicolinho with the first frag, but AZ makes it a 4v4 again. Smokes off CT spawn, makes the CTs think that it could be a B execution. But the call comes out. Ligia is still there in the B bomb site. He didn't necessarily spot anyone, and he didn't hear anyone approach. Now he hears them firing off the shots into his head. He must have heard that bullet ringing through his ears. 3v4 situation in favor of Dignitas, and the CTs will save their equipment. The AWP in the hands of Chris J is way too valuable for them right now, and they don't want to get into the position where they need to save, so they rather have those rifles they could potentially drop for each other in the next round, or, you know, drop a better pistol, something like that. Have the teammate pick up armor and grenades. And the Germans don't want to get into this economical slump that they forced Dignitas into repeatedly on the first on the first half. Now 14-10, and despite the fact that I said that CTs need to save if they lose it, they save 3 weapons, so they are not going for the save. They want to... Well, they actually have Nico and Ligia save and not reinforce themselves with armor. Ligia buys a defuse kit, but nobody else except for GOCL has a defuse kit, so we need to watch where those players are going down. 3 players on the B bomb site for mousesports, 2 on the A bomb site, and GOCL actually takes a deep peek into middle, and I'm not quite sure what he was able to spot there. I think he didn't spot anyone at all, as the terrorists are all crammed up in banana right now. They are very keen to open up on the B bomb site, but the CTs don't allow them to get the frag just yet. That might change in the later stages of this round, though. Let's see if mousesports have the patience to stick to their positions, or if they will go for the informational play and take a peek. Now, Nico Linio has spotted that Molotov. Christian has spotted another one, and actually the AWP on the B bomb site, but Christian makes it work with the headshot, and Nico is the only terrorist to reply. Nico now takes out Christian. He's alone on the bomb site basically. Now his teammate chimes in. Finally MSL gets himself a frag. 1 HP remaining. The CT's on the rotation already, and there are 2 rifles coming the terrorists' way. MSL is down to 1 HP. Sadly for the CTs, they don't have any more nades, because otherwise they would probably... Oh, look at Tapson taking out Nico through the smoke. He knew exactly where to shoot through that smoke to take Nico out in case he was in that position, and that was the wrong position to take right now against the mousesports squad. 2v2, the bomb is ticking faster and faster. They need to hurry up, but Pimp is holding himself together and gets himself a double kill on the defense. Great play by Dignitas to hold on to the planted bomb, and they actually take those rifles to the next round. They don't blow up to the C4. Mousesports could have... Well, they wanted to defuse the bomb, so if they were in a 1v2 a little bit earlier, mousesports would probably go for, you know, the play to make the terrorists stay inside the bomb site and make them blow up with the bomb, so at least you remove the rifles. Now mousesports with 2 rifles and Tapson and Nico Linio. Ligia with 1 frag, Nicolinho with another one, and quickly the CTs just romp down into middle. They get themselves 3 kills. Pimp and Asia down to 26 and 20 HP right now, and Tapson and Nicolinho still have those rifles in their hands. So mousesports could get out on top of this very weak buy. Tapson now gave away his position to the terrorists. I think they should have heard that footstep, but maybe if somebody's talking TeamSpeak, you're sometimes not quite able to pick it up. And Dignitas should know that there is 1 player on 1 bomb site and the other one is on the other bomb site. That's the normal play to go with. Tapson might be backstabbed by AZ. AZ drops, and there's no time for Tapson to react. It's a 1v2. Nicolinho on the rotation already. He's committed to this retake so far, but he doesn't have a kit, and I think that he just realized that he doesn't have a kit, so there's no actual use in retaking or trying to retake the bomb site. And just like I said, Dignitas get closer and closer. 12-14 right now. 2 rounds separating the 2 teams. Well, I counted this round in already. I don't expect Nicolinho to magically defuse the bomb from where he's standing right now. So 12-14, Dignitas back in the game. The CT's money is screwed right now. They have a small loser bonus already, and maybe... Well, it depends on GOCL basically. He's the guy to call if they want to drop a weapon or something like that. And yes, he took his time to calculate and to kind of assess the risk, and he went for the buy. Tapson actually got himself a FAMAS in the end, so it is a sturdy buy for the CTs. They might not have all the nades they want to, but at least they have the rifles to shoot back at the terrorists. Right now, the first exchange doesn't look too good for the terrorists. With a frag onto Nico, Tapson makes it a 5v4, but at the same... Oh, Nicolinho threw the smoke onto AZ. Christian has 1 pin down in middle. It was MSL. Kierby was there to take the refrag, but it's a 2v4 in favor of the CTs, and they have Banana under control. Look at Nicolinho. getting into that cheeky position. Pimp and Kierby need to push there, but Tapson is already rotating into a long, into a middle, and he will push into their back. Scoppy has a good position as well, and he will take Kierby down, drop the bomb. Pimp doesn't even pick it up. He's flashed to death. He needs to slow down some more. He takes Scoppy down, and Ligia though with the refrag, but what a kill onto Scoppy. 15-12 still for mousesports. They have 3 match points, and the terrorist money is not looking too good. They won the rounds, the previous rounds, but they were so close that they couldn't actually build up that money. You look at that, 2 terrorists surviving, 1 terrorist surviving, and of course no terrorists surviving in the previous one, so they only have 3 rifles to work with, 2 Tech 9s for Nico and AZ. And the CTs with the normal setup. Nicolinho is left alone on top of Banana. He goes down. Liga needs to make up for that. And he's going in with that flash grenade. He sprays down 2. Nico and MSL, but AZ with the Tech 9 replies. Makes it a 3v3 situation. Now let's take a look if the CTs can get back into this round. They have Chris J in construction site already. They have Tapson close by already. Tapson goes down to Pimp with a good headshot. Dignitas stays alive in this round. And it seems like they could make it happen. The CTs are fancying to retake right now, but they are very slow, and Gobi is not actually committed to this retake. He's way too slow, and he's just walking up into top of Banana, takes Pimp out, but AZ has him covered, and it will be his end as Chris J needs to retreat to save his equipment. It's a 2v1 situation still. If there was enough time, he could have tried it, but he decided to go for the save, and Dignitas make it 13-15. mousesports' money, well, it's not that good, to be honest. Chris J calls for the pause. There seems to be some problem. Chris J has a ping of 105, and that's certainly not a ping that he wants to play with. And so does Dignitas. Look at them. Seems to be a server problem. And what a huge bummer. At that timing, Dignitas about to get back into the game. Look at the CT's money. There wouldn't be a sturdy buy by them, but they would probably... Well, would they go for that? That's the question. Chris J has a rifle. Ligia and, well, they... Hard decision to make. Would you rather try it in this round and maybe try another time if you lose it and allow the opponents to make it 14-15? Or would you just stay calm, save, or kind of, you know, go for a half save so you can fully buy for the last round and trust yourself that you make it 16-14 with the rifles in the end? I don't know. It's a hard call to make. I'm really glad that I'm not in Gobi's position, and I think mousesports is glad that I'm not in his position either, because they wouldn't be sitting at match point right now if I was playing for them, that's for sure. Now, 26 frags for Nicolinho. He's just a monster that we know. 24 for Ligia. He's a monster that we didn't actually know in the past. Ligia was not the mad fragger, but we have seen quite a lot of players step it up lately. For example, Existence, Maniac. Well, I will count Ligia in there as well. And I think it's a good thing to see that, you know, those players might not be in the position to pick up all those frags. You know, if you're the rotation player, there's most of the time the round is already lost when you get there, or you get cut off or something like that. So sometimes rotation and support players have a hard time. Or, for example, the B player that is the defensive kind of guy. He flashes his teammate in. His teammate gets a triple kill in Banana. Everybody is like, yay! But he only got those 3 kills because of the flash grenade that his teammate actually threw. So his teammate doesn't get any assists. He doesn't get any you know, any praise for what he does, even though he takes one for the team sometimes. So that's just it. I think Liga doing a good job with the B Banana coverage together with Nicolinho. And they did a very good job for mousesports, but Dignitas with Pimp on 26 frags, he is rolling right now. And if Pimp gets rolling, he's steamrolling. 19 frags for Kierby, the youngster, keeping up with his teammates, of course, and trying to keep up with Pimp, but he's simply out of control right now. The pimps are back. No, the pings are back on the normal 22 milliseconds. So I think we should get this game underway again. I hope that Dignitas have used that time that they have to figure out a decent strategy for this round. If they manage to win this one, I really see them get back into this game for good. And I see them draw this one. Because even if mousesports have or will have a full buy in the last round, I still think that Dignitas have the momentum right now. They have won 5 out of the past 6 rounds, and that's on the terrorist side. That's a very good streak. But if you look at the distribution of the rounds in the first half, you can see that theoretically, if you take those rounds and compare it with them, the CTs will get the last 2. And that would mean mousesports will win this game. But they didn't go for the full buy. They reinforced their pistols. CZ75 for Taps and P250 for Gopi and Nicolinho. And the terrorists on the straight B execution already. They are not even announcing their attack by any flashes or smokes. They're just going straight in, and the CT's on the full rotation already. They think that the terrorists are fully committed to this take. Kierby with a double kill, opening up really nicely on the CTs. Pimp and AZ just sprayed through the smoke, demolishing the CT's advances. And Chris J is trying to save his weapon. The terrorists will realize that Chris J is the last man standing, and that he probably still has his rifle from the previous round. Now they could go, or they could send Nico out to find this rifle, but Dignitas wants to have a full buy in their last round, so they are exiting together. Kierby actually casually checks out A, but he won't be able to find Chris J before the time runs out. Dignitas make it 14-15. They are within reach of 1 round. mousesports wasted 2 chances to close this game out already. Will the Germans waste 1 more? That's the question. Will we see an overtime? It's going to be, I think 50-50 of my matches went to overtime. I really got that feeling. Now, huge lag on the GoTV. We are right in the action. We've got the 5v5 situation still. Famas for Gopi and Nicolinho. The CTs with the default setup. Let's see what AZ is doing with that smoke wall. He's just spraying through that. The terrorist still stacking up in middle, and there is Tapson taking the timing, really good timing. He adjusts his angle, doesn't get a second frag, but he says, okay, I did the damage, let's get back to my teammates and have them work for me with those flashes and grenades. Gopi gets his teammates out of that situation safely, and together they will hold on to the A bomb site. They know that the terrorists have been in middle, so they adjust their positions, and now they think that Dignitas could go to the B bomb site. Chris J already on the move. He's in CT spawn, going for the rotation through Speedway, while Nicolinho takes his chances, takes down AZ with that FAMAS and makes it a 5v3. Now Nico, Pimp and Kierby need to step it up for the Dignitas squad, otherwise mousesports will win their first map in this best of 2 series. It is 2 single best of 1s. Good flash for Nicolinho. He helps his teammate out with a FAMAS and gets himself another double kill, making it a triple in this round, spraying away onto Nico on top of the cart and take him down to 75 HP. It's going to be the match for mousesports. And Liga with the last frag. 29 for Nicolinho in the end, 27 for Pimp. Almost the same amount of kills on both teams, except for MSL, who's only got 10. But I think that Chris J only had around 12 maybe. So almost the same amount of frags, almost the same amount of rounds. We have a winner. It is mousesports on the first map. Let's see how far they can take it in the second map, which will be Cash, and it will be their map pick. So let's see what they can do about Dignitas in this one. Stay tuned for the second one.